Hi everybody, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Mel, and I'm so glad you could join me. So I know my regular viewers are probably wondering, why is Mel putting out a video in the middle of the week? And that's a really good question. This is actually a special video. This is a collaboration video with 5 other channels, and a lady by the name of Bobby Kopp, that's the name of her channel. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right, Bobby. She reached out to a bunch of channels that I guess I'll say that are on the mature side, like over 50. Basically, she just wanted us to talk about some game changers that we've implemented in our life to make us feel better, look better, and feel good about yourself. So that's what today's video is all about. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I just want to say thank you very much to Bobby for reaching out to me. I feel very thankful and flattered that she chose my channel to be a part of this collaboration. So thank you very much. And so really I had to kind of sit and think about what would be 5 things that I've implemented in my life that have made the biggest impact. So for me, really one of the things that it comes down to is I think age is just a number. I just turned 50 last year. And I was, contemplating how that was going to make me feel because 50 is such a milestone. And when I actually started, my first video was about turning 50 and how that was going to make me feel. And I actually was fine with it. I didn't really feel any different. I guess for me personally is because I don't personally feel 50. And I guess that's one of the biggest differences. So I'll go in order from 1 to 5 here. So number 1 for me would be just maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So by that, I mean, I try and eat healthy. I try and incorporate fruits and vegetables in my diet. I incorporate protein. Protein, I'm not sure if you're aware, actually helps build collagen and elastin. As we lose that, as we're getting older, we lose that. So protein actually helps that process. I try and drink plenty of water throughout the day. My skin, I know, thanks me for that because it's very, when you are dehydrated, that actually makes your skin feel drier and more wrinkles. Your skin just doesn't get that hydration. So for me, drinking water is very, very important throughout the day. Something that I've never done, and I'm, again, not judging anybody if you do, I don't smoke, so I've never had that in my life. I just have felt no need to do that. So, but again, if that is something that you do, that's your prerogative. And I've always tried to maintain a healthy weight. Definitely, I've noticed with turning, I would say turning 40 to about 45, I definitely noticed when they say that your metabolism slows down, it definitely does start slowing down. I really have to watch what I eat. And it's not like when I was back in my 20s and I could kind of eat what I wanted and I didn't really think too much about it. But yeah, definitely when they say your metabolism slows down, it definitely does. So I really try and watch and keep a healthy weight. And I truly believe that anything in moderation, still I'll eat, a little bit of junk food here and there. I like having some chips. I also, will have the occasional glass of wine. So, but again, for me, I know that that's also in moderation. So I think that's I think that's also another key is that's really important. So my number 2 for me, which is really important, is managing my stress level. So I find now that I've started my channel because I do work a full-time job. I work Monday to Friday, 40 hours a week. And then I maintain this channel on the weekends. But there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on. I mean, as a viewer, you're just watching the video. But as content creators, there's a lot of stuff that we do behind the scenes, and it takes up a lot of time. So I've noticed my stress level definitely has increased. So a few things that I try and do to alleviate that is I'm not a big go out to the gym and exercise kind of thing. I've never been like that, but I do think it's really important to get some sort of exercise. So I do like to go out for walks. Years ago, I used to do yoga, and I'm not actually quite sure why I stopped doing that. I found that very relaxing, and it's a very low impact and less stress on your body. So that may be something that I may visit in the future, going back to yoga. I thought that made me feel really good. I also do a little bit of like deep breathing exercises. I find that that just kind of decompresses me. My mind sometimes can start racing on me with all of the things I need to do, and I try and prioritize things. But again, when you constantly have this to-do list in your head. So I do try and do some deep breathing, not so much meditating, but just more deep breathing. And I find that decompresses and helps my stress level. I'm a big list person, so I have to make a list for pretty much, it doesn't matter what little detail it is. I have to have a list of everything, and that just kind of frees up my mind. I think once I write it down, it just kind of frees my mind. And I like putting a little check mark beside something if I've done it, so that makes me feel good, and again takes that pressure off of the stress. My Fitbit, I absolutely love my Fitbit. I love how it tracks my sleep, it tracks my activity throughout the day, how many steps I've taken. That's just keeping me mindful of my activity throughout the day. And that just kind of helps with my stress level, knowing that I've gotten, I've done these many steps, or I've walked this many stairs, that sort of thing. So, and then a little bit back with the exercise, I do, my son has some dumbbells that he has, so I do try and do some dumbbell exercises, more for just I like to try and keep my arms toned up. I've definitely noticed over these little few years here that I'm starting to get that little bit of sagginess and stuff on my arms, so I don't really want to see that. So I do try and lift some dumbbells. Nothing too strenuous again, but it's just something I can do at home. Another thing that I really try and do, because before I started my channel, I really didn't have any social media. I wasn't on Facebook, I wasn't on Twitter, I didn't do Snapchat, I didn't do Instagram, nothing like that. So for now with this channel, I'm on all those platforms. And I find sometimes it can be overwhelming trying to get back to, if I have to send I'm sending a comment to somebody, or just constantly, that social media aspect. And there is times where I just literally have to shut the world off. And I'll take my phone, I'll shut it off, I'll put it to the side, and just kind of just shut the whole world off, because we're such an instantaneous world now, where we know, especially the news and stuff you watch, and you instantly know if something's going on. So it's just sometimes nice. I need that little mindset to just kind of shut everything off, and and that's why sometimes I may not get back to you if you've sent me a comment. I may not get back to you for a day or so, or I need sometimes to just decompress from all of that. And that's part of the whole managing my stress level. Another thing for me is I have always had a positive outlook on life. I'm a glasses half full type person. So I think that's really helped me. I try and kind of keep the negative out of my mindset. And, I have a lengthy commute. So what I try and do on those days is, music is really important for me. I've loved music since I was a little kid. I came from a musical family. So music is really important to me. And that just helps with my trying to stay positive when I'm driving. Last year, we went to a concert with my son and his girlfriend, and it was actually the Post Malone concert. So if you don't know who Post Malone is, you may want to Google him, and you'd probably be surprised of his appearance. But I love his music. And again, that just kind of keeps me, I like top 40 kind of music. So, but again, that kind of keeps me in that positive mindset. Music just really, really helps me. And I think one of my last steps for managing my stress is just getting enough sleep. And that's why one of the things I love about my Fitbit is because it does track my sleep, and whether I've had a good sleep or bad sleep. I know you're supposed to get about 8 hours. I try and get between 6 and 7 hours of sleep a night, because I am up so early in the morning, and then depending on what time I go to bed, sometimes I don't always get my full 8 hours, but at least if I can get 6, I know that actually makes me feel good, and I can definitely tell the next day if I have had a really not a very good sleep, and that just really plays on my mind. So getting a good sleep and trying to stay to a consistent sleep pattern, that really has helped me. So those are my little things for managing my stress level, and I think that's one of my most important things that's helped me. We live in such a world now of being bombarded with so many different things. So I think managing your stress and being stressed really takes a toll on my appearance sometimes. I can really tell it. And so that's why, again, try and maintain my stress level. So number 3 for me would be a good skincare routine. So I've taken care of my skin pretty much my whole life. I really started being more proactive with it when I was a teenager. Now, I'm not going to delve too much into my whole skincare routine just because I'm going to be having a video in the not too distant future here coming out about my skincare, my morning skincare routine, my evening skincare routine, because you got a lot of my viewers have asked for that. So I will be having something come out in the not too distant future. So keep that in mind. So, but what I will talk to you guys a little bit about, first of all, is I think it's really important to moisturize, especially as we get older. Our hormone levels definitely decreases. For me personally, I find my skin's drier, my hair's drier. That definitely has taken a toll on my skin and hair. Yeah, so I make sure I moisturize. I try and limit my sun exposure. Try and keep that, if I am out in the sun, either wearing a hat, I always have sunscreen on. Yeah, the sun is so damaging to your skin and really can age your skin. So I do really try and limit my sun exposure. I make sure I wear an eye cream. I wish I would have probably started wearing an eye cream sooner. I didn't start until I was about in my late 30s, but I wish I would have started probably more in my late 20s to early 30s. I think it's really important to keep under your eyes hydrated, and because this is such a sensitive area underneath your eyes. And that's where that's where I first started noticing all my my fine lines and stuff popping up was definitely under my eye area. So having an eye cream I think is really, really important. And then in the evening when I'm taking my makeup off, I'm trying to be really careful not to do a lot of tugging or pulling on my skin area around my eyes. So I use an actual like a makeup remover, a pad, and a really good solution, like an eye makeup remover solution. And I just kind of gently rub it back and forth. Again, just trying to keep that area so that you're not doing a lot of excessive pulling and tugging, because that just is going to increase the wrinkles and fine lines and stuff. So number 4 for me is actually quite a new process that I'm doing. I started this, I'm going to say about 6-7 months ago. And what it is this device here. It's called the Silken Titan. And again, I'm not going to go too much into what this is. I have 2 videos about it. One was a first impression video, and the other one was an update video. Okay, but what it is basically is it's a device you use that will, it promotes new collagen to grow in your skin. And how I started the process is I started using the device, and about for 10 weeks, that's the actual treatment plan. And then after that 10 weeks, now I maintain it. So every 2 weeks, I use it once. And that's just kind of the upkeep of what the device has done. But I've really noticed such a huge difference, especially on my forehead here, where I have quite a wrinkly forehead. So I've noticed how the lines here have diminished. Down here around my mouth, the lines have really subsided around here. And then in this area here, where my crow's feet area, that's again a huge difference. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll link those 2 videos below in my description box, and you can check them out if you're interested. But and again, I don't make any money from this. This is just a device that was sent to me from the Silken company. So Silken sent me the product. I used it and just I gave my honest feedback. And that's something that I will always do for you guys. I will always give you my honest feedback. I'm a bit of a skeptic when it comes to trying new things. I really need to try something myself. I don't just kind of go by what somebody else has said. So that's really important for me. So yeah, but I can't believe the difference that the device has made on my skin. My skin is softer, is more supple. So it's an absolute great product, and I'm very, very glad that I discovered it, and I will continue to use it. And then number 5 for me is going to be, well, it's the whole reason that I started this channel, and that is makeup. Makeup has to be my number 1 thing for feeling better about myself, even though I have it as number 5, but I'm just kind of going in order. But it has absolutely been such a important part of my life ever since I was a teenager. I started dabbling. I remember I was probably about 13 or 14, I think, when I first started dabbling into a little bit of makeup. Back then, there wasn't, I didn't use foundation, and there really wasn't BB creams or anything like that. So, it was more natural. But, I remember using just a little bit of mascara, maybe some lip gloss. I didn't really use lipstick back then, but it was more like a lip gloss, maybe a little bit of blush. Nothing too much, but definitely the more I started using it, the better I was feeling about myself. And I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody likes to wear makeup. They don't like how it makes their skin feel, or like how they feel like they're wearing a mask, sort of thing. So, and that's fine. But this is something that's helped me personally and has made me feel good about myself. I will say that definitely as you get older, I think less is more. And I know that, how I may have worn my makeup back in my 20s, I'm definitely not doing that now in my 50s. So I think that it's just really important to keep things maybe a little bit more natural. Yeah, I have days where I like to do more of a bolder look and that sort of thing, but for the most part, on a daily basis, I think I keep things pretty natural looking. That's why one of the reasons you usually won't see me wearing like a full coverage foundation. I find for me that just settles into all my fine lines, so I try and keep to more lightweight foundations, or BB and CC creams. I really like those as well. Something I always use on a daily basis when I'm using foundation and stuff is a primer. Now, I didn't even know what a primer was years and years ago. I had no clue when somebody said, well, you should try a primer. So I've definitely have used quite a variety of primers now. I like, there's certain ones that I do like. I think they do more for my appearance than other ones. But I think that using a primer just helps reflect the light off of your skin, which kind of gives you more of a youthful appearance. So that's why I love using a primer every single day. And for me, I try and concentrate sometimes the primer just here in my fine lines. I find that just kind of fills them in a little bit. And that's what the primer is designed to do, is just kind of fill the lines in, fill these pores in here where you may have more pores. I have them right in here. And I just kind of blurs them out a little bit. I also like using just a little bit of eye makeup. I think that helps. I think that just helps counteract kind of the sagging skin that I have developing on my eyelids. I'm starting to get a little bit of a hooded eye and that sort of thing. So I find just having a little bit of color up there, and I try and keep that to more like beiges, tan colors, like more neutral colors, nothing too bold. And if you're used to watching my channel, you know that I do love my neutral colors. So yeah, that's one of the reasons that I try and keep to those. Don't get me wrong, I do have some bolder shades, and I actually just purchased some eyeshadow palettes that have some bolder colors in there. So I can't wait to use them in some future videos. So again, I was kind of like, oh no, I don't know if those or what colors those are going to look like. But that's what the fun of playing with makeup. I love makeup. And again, that has probably been the biggest impact for me, is just that really makes me feel better about myself. And at the end of the day, I think it's really just doing what makes you feel happy and anything that you're passionate about. I mean, when I started this channel, I find now I'm really passionate about it. And it's really helped give me the drive to want this channel to succeed. So, I love having just something, a feeling like I have a purpose. So I think that just about wraps it up. Aging is a process. We're all going to go through it. And again, it kind of goes back to when I was talking about, that positive, positive outlook on life. And I think it really comes down to embracing the changes that are happening to your body. Can I see the wrinkles on my skin? Yep, absolutely. I can see the grays. I can see a few of them popping up here today. They're standing up, but it's just embracing those. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. It's part of aging. And, would I go back to my 20s? No, I don't think I would. I like where I am right now. I take, my knowledge and my experience over all these years and just turn that into a positive. So once again, I just want to thank Bobby so much for reaching out to me and including me in this collaboration. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm just going to name some of the channels. Again, I'll have all the links below for their channels and their video, because I'm really super excited to see what they have come up with, what kind of things that they find has helped them in their life. So I'll just call out some of the channels. So first, it's Bobby Kopp. The next one is Pretty Over 50, Abby Bliss White, Lisa Monique Beauty, and Kathy's Life, Beauty, and Lifestyle Over 50. And then myself as well. So those are the 6 channels, and I hope you check them out. And I'm super excited to see what they've come up with as well. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. It's kind of a different video for me to do, but I really enjoyed it. So if you enjoy this sort of content, I hope you subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that, and give this video a thumbs up. That also helps my channel a lot. As always, I hope you have a great week and a great life, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Thanks. Bye.